Ladies and gentlemen, deputies, colleagues, participants, we heard a lot of enthusiastic, inspiring words. Therefore, it is very difficult to add anything new. And I don't know whether I will say anything innovative. This was the concept which was often referred to today. Still, I will make an attempt and I will present an outlook on social entrepreneurship, which is also connected to the economy. Dr. Thierk, our president, also mentions this link between social entrepreneurship and the economy. Once again, I will highlight that social entrepreneurship is a challenge, a new opportunity for us. Without any doubt, it will contribute to developing a new, different and more innovative society when compared to the society we live in today. At the outset, it is really a great honor and pleasure to be able to welcome you here. Also, I am very pleased that there are so many participants at today's conference, which only goes to show that when it comes to social entrepreneurship, we still have made a step forward. So this idea, in fact, of social entrepreneurship has been quite present in Slovenia. Whether it is understood well, this is another thing. I hope that those of you who are quite knowledgeable in this respect are here, but probably there are also some participants who have gathered here in order to learn what actually social entrepreneurship amounts to, what are its objectives, what is the mission of social entrepreneurship as such. For every venture, when it comes to social entrepreneurship as well, we need three basic criteria which need to be met: business opportunities, entrepreneurs, and source. Social entrepreneurship, when compared to traditional economy, which is profit-driven, is centered around different objectives as well. Of course, it has some profit connection as well, but there are also some other criteria in order to benefit the society as a whole. Social entrepreneurship introduces sustainable and green solutions. It focuses on people, nature, and it gives new possibilities for those people which in the past were marginalized by the society. It also addresses environmental problems, countryside problems, and it gives new opportunities for the youth and disadvantaged groups within the society. Slovenia and the European Union as a whole faces enormous demographic challenges. In addition, it is also confronting a global crisis. Then there are also differences when it comes to unemployment structure. In addition to high unemployment rates, we also see that those who are older than 55 have great difficulties in finding a job. This also goes for the first job seekers. And then there are predominantly women who are unemployed. Then there is an increase in long-term unemployed and those with low employability chances. Slovenia also has seen a decrease in traditional economies and industries, then relocation of our companies to cheaper labor markets. This is an opportunity and a problem for Slovenia. This goes for society as a whole as well as individuals. Then there are also some problems which need to be addressed when it comes to certain categories within the society. Therefore, lost jobs will have to be compensated by introducing new, high-quality, sustainable models of the economy. Social entrepreneurship is, therefore, an area which can contribute hugely. Entrepreneurial activity in many countries witnessed a slowdown, and probably this was an expected phenomenon and didn't come as a surprise. But it is interesting to note that 25% of new entrepreneurs in the developed countries believe that a global recession was also coupled with new opportunities, with more opportunities and not less opportunities. I would be very pleased if this was also the mentality of Slovenian entrepreneurs. These countries with well-developed social entrepreneurship models, where entrepreneurs firmly believe that a crisis is something which breeds new opportunities, is also the society which has a long tradition when it comes to social entrepreneurship. Without any doubt, those companies which will be involved in social entrepreneurship models can positively contribute in finding a way out of this crisis and recession. This is a sign of optimism, indicating that we can, in fact, invest in new innovative models and provide for new services and make new products. We heard a lot that we need to find new solutions. This was also highlighted by the President of the Republic of Slovenia. Innovation and the need for innovation, in fact, is a mainstay of all strategic documents elaborated by the Ministry of the Economy of Slovenia and the government as a whole. Many innovative services can be developed only if we resort to social entrepreneurship and economy, if we introduce flexible models of employment and work. About 10% of companies in the EU already follow this model. To date, they created 10 million new jobs. And they also have a model which, in fact, brings together 1 million of volunteers. So this is a very important model. The European Commission also believes that the social economy is very important in order to boost competition, in order to create new jobs, in order to develop new models of entrepreneurship. This model, in fact, responds to these needs. The Commission is of the view that social economy also makes it possible for our citizens to participate, to integrate, and this also goes for candidate countries. The European Social Fund also promotes such products and projects where we have new innovation, new expertise, so that social entrepreneurship comes to life and that it has well-developed models and structures. The member states also believe that social entrepreneurship is a very important factor in the new economy. Therefore, they regulate these areas. Social companies stand for social entrepreneurship, and they have a very important role to play when it comes to socially beneficial services, especially in the area of socially relevant activities. They also create new jobs, especially in those areas where it would be impossible to find jobs or where these chances are very slim. Across the board, social entrepreneurship consists of many models, many companies. They are, in fact, somewhere between public and private sector. They combine social models and profit-driven models. Social entrepreneurship today, in very difficult economic conditions, where we also have a growing need of social policies, they can play a very important role. The UK, for example, the government recognizes that social companies, especially in some areas, are more innovative. Especially they are more motivated when it comes to coming up with new approaches. They provide services at local level and they have a better outreach potential when compared to other social services. The Ministry of the Economy introduced new measures in the period from 2007 to 2013. This, in fact, is an action plan in order to promote entrepreneurship. We have, in fact, implemented many measures in order to boost entrepreneurship. What are our objectives? We want to introduce a better support environment and culture. We want to have increased investments in these areas. We want to improve connections between the economy and science. And we want to come up with a very efficient environment, boosting both research and development. Our ministry, as well as other ministries in their respective fields of activity, have already been developing policies which can be seen as those policies which also have a social characteristic. A new social Economy Act, which will enter into force in 2012, introduces new systemic models. It is high time that all measures which are now in the pipeline and are also integrated within different policies are brought together, and they should have a common denominator when it comes to system models. I'm firmly convinced that this assurance will provide a sound basis for more efficient model of social entrepreneurship, and it will give a boost to these models. Of course, some funds within the so-called traditional entrepreneurship will also be earmarked for social economy and social entrepreneurship. In the following months, we will change our mentality in Slovenia when it comes to social entrepreneurship, and we will introduce new measures which will be tailor-made to social entrepreneurship. Without any doubt, Slovenia has a huge potential when it comes to developing social entrepreneurship. We have a number of voluntary organizations, NGOs, which have expertise. They are highly motivated, and this will help us to develop new ideas in those areas where merely profit-driven models and companies do not have an interest to pursue. I firmly believe that conferences such as today's event on social entrepreneurship also contributes to developing ideas of social entrepreneurship. I hope that this idea will take root as soon as possible in the Slovenian context, as well as the wider society and region. It is our ambition that an idea of social entrepreneurship, which is now being developed in Slovenia, where we really are ready to develop it, and we hope that simultaneously we will spread this idea throughout our regions and neighboring countries. We believe that in this way we will be even more successful, and that this idea will really take root, that it will be advanced as much as we would like it to be. By way of conclusion, I hope that my reflection will bear resemblance to the reflection provided by the President. We cannot have companies without entrepreneurs, and this also goes for social economy. Entrepreneurs will play the key role, and we won't have entrepreneurs without entrepreneurship. We are well aware that money, in fact, is a source which is needed in order for these ideas to bear fruit. Therefore, the Ministry of the Economy, with this view in mind, will boost social entrepreneurship, and we will earmark incentives and funds. We will have tailor-made incentives, and I hope that in this way ideas which you might have, or the ideas which will be the result of today's conference, will of course be brought to life as soon as possible. I hope that in 2 days you will exchange your knowledge, expertise, experience in this field of activity, and of course I hope that when we organize another conference, I hope this will be very soon, we will be able to talk about first promising results. I would like to warmly congratulate our organizers. This was a very bold decision and the right decision. Thank you for exerting pressure on us so that we were also involved in this reflection. We are very grateful for that. Such events and such initiatives really help politicians, because sometimes we are involved in completely different projects, but you encourage us to embark on some projects which are very important for our long-term and sustainable development. Thank you for your attention. I wish you every success.